A common theme in our financial coaching sessions is why.
Yes.
Yes.
And Traci, it's such a big question, and it's something that I work on with my coaching clients.
Mm-hmm.
But part of the reason I'm having you help me make these videos is so that I can explain to people why this is so important to me, why I'm so into it, and why I bother making phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
They're nerve-wracking, right?
Definitely.
It's nerve-wracking to call people
Mm-hmm.
and ask them if they're willing to talk with me about their finances.
Oh yeah.
And so I have to get through that moment where I just, it's difficult. But I love what's on the other side. I love the fact that if people will allow me the privilege
Mm-hmm.
of hearing their story and seeing their numbers, what we can accomplish together and why we can make their lives better. And so for me, I have a very deep why. I've told you some of my story about my early years of working, right?
Yep.
Have you heard my story of my 401k?
I don't think so. Not yet.
So I've always been a worker, grew up on a farm, worked here at Marquardt. Work and income is very important to me, but I spent a time in my life where I had a pretty unhealthy get-rich-quick mindset.
Mm.
And so I was pursuing this marketing, and I was trying to start my own business and do this marketing program, multi-level marketing. And I had been reading books and listening to gurus, and I was convinced that if I could get a hold of $10,000, $15,000, I could really launch my business, really launch some marketing.
Yeah.
And so I had my 401k built up to in that neighborhood, 15, 20 grand, and I wanted to get at it. And I started asking the questions and started figuring out that there's really only one way for me to get a hold of my 401k. Do you know what that is?
No.
For me to get that money, I had to leave my job.
Mm.
And I was young enough and naive enough and foolish enough to actually do it. And I remember talking to a guy that worked here at the time, and he said, "Man, John, you need counseling." And he was right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take him up on it. I didn't pursue it. But it's become such an embarrassment in a way when I look back on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it's part of my life. It's part of my story. And so providing coaching, providing people with someone that can really help them with big life decisions, really help them see what is smart to do and what isn't smart to do with their money.
Because you've been there.
I've been there.
Yeah.
It means so much to me.
Yeah.
And so that's just one little piece of the story of what the why for me is so deep and why I care so much about talking to people about their money.